Okay, so this video idea mostly came from, I'll fully admit, another game, and that game's Marvel Rivals. What else would it really be? Actually, it's just Overwatch Lite or Overwatch 2.0, whatever you want to say, depending on how you view it. But it came from that because I've been noticing a lot of Marvel Rivals players complaining about how OP the supports are in Marvel Rivals, and just from watching the game, yeah, the supports are pretty OP. They're disgustingly broken, in fact. I don't know how a lot of people deal with that. But what I will say is, it seems that people are comparing the Marvel Rivals support to Overwatch supports, as in that Overwatch supports aren't broken. I don't think that they are as broken in Overwatch as they are in Marvel Rivals. However, I feel like people are just forgetting some things. Forgetting some very serious points and some very serious cooldowns and some very serious hero flaws that are in the support role. And let's just touch on the abilities real quick of the support role. Let's touch on what I think are the most broken. Immortality Field, Suzu, Ana's Nade, anti and heal boosting, okay? What else? Ana's Sleep Dart is insane. Then we can also talk about now Wu Yang's ability to double heal or whatever. It's upgrade healing like Ana's Nade does. And then Juno is now Lucio Light. Lucio has always been a great hero in the game solely because he can speed, and now Juno can do that too. But I'll get to Lucio later. What are other abilities? Lifeweaver's Petal and Rejuvenating Dash are both really amazing abilities. Wu Yang, again, has the speed boost, but is not, I already talked about him. But those are just the abilities themselves. Mostly, the three that I hate the most are Anti-Nade, Immortality Field, and Suzu. Now let's dive into those heroes specifically. And let's start with none other than the Golden Grandma herself, Ana. I get why people love Ana and why people enjoy Ana. I think Ana is actually really good for Overwatch. But there is no world that you can convince me where she is not technically just a broken hero, right? She's the only hero that can anti. Junker Queen does not count. That is an ultimate. That if you compare the two ever, you're brain dead, okay? So she's the only one that can anti every 12 seconds or whatever it is, maybe 10 seconds even. And then she has one of the best top, like, 2, maybe 3 CCs in the entire game behind Roadhog's hook and maybe Doom's punch, like almost guaranteeing your death. I would say she's above Doom's punch because, sometimes Doom literally just has to punch in order to get away. But like anytime you get slept or you get hooked, you die. Okay? And people love to pretend like Roadhog is such an issue just for that, when Roadhog's way more limited in his ability to do so. Yes, he gets it every 7 seconds as opposed to Ana's every 11 seconds, but still, Ana literally has the ability to completely shut down anything that comes at her. Now, the reason that I will give that a pass is because that is kind of a skill check. Sleep Dart is, I wouldn't say it's hard to hit, but it's not easy either, okay? If you think that Hanzo's arrows are easy to hit, then Sleep Dart's pretty easy to hit. I'm sorry to tell you, that's just the way it works. But like, Ana has been broken for a long time. The reason that Ana doesn't get nearly as much hate is, number one, like I said, I think that when you have an Ana on your team, you do nothing more than love her. When she's against you, you obviously hate her. And when you're playing Ana, it's really fun. So the gameplay loop is, it's correct, okay? So I give Ana the pass there. Then let's move over to Baptiste, okay? The complete opposite, in my opinion. A lot of people hate on Ana, and a lot of people hate on, or love Ana, sorry. But no one really cares about Baptiste, Blizzard included. Blizzard, please give Baptiste some skins. But Baptiste is literally a tank. Baptiste is a 3 health bar tank / DPS hybrid. And if you don't believe me, you're insane. You have never fought a good Baptiste, or you've never fought a Baptiste that doesn't need to completely carry his team. You see what I'm saying? A Baptiste that is able to use all of his abilities on himself has 3 health bars. Effectively, 3 health bars. And if he has help from his other support, it's game over. You're not killing him no matter who you are. Even with the DPS, cut down, whatever, Baptiste has effectively 3 health bars. Baptiste has his original health bar. He has his shift ability where he heals himself and many others around him when he's critical. And he obviously has his immortality field. let's not forget, Baptiste also has a gun that does similar DPS to Soldier. That's right, that's not a joke. He is literally just a super hybrid of heroes, and it's insane that he gets away with it all of the time. Okay, now, he's not usually meta because, honestly, at higher levels, you can figure out how to deal with a Baptiste. And at lower levels, people don't know how to manage cooldown, so it really doesn't matter. So he always sits in this weird spot where he's broken, but not broken, but I hate him, and I play him a lot because, you know, I can't play anything else when I'm on support. Believe me, I've literally one-tricked Baptiste to GM pretty much, Baptiste and Zenyatta. But, like, Baptiste is just so brain-dead, and it's so insane that he sits in the support category. I really don't get it. Baptiste does everything that this game asks you to do, and more, all right? And because what I mostly don't like about it, what I think he differs from Ana is he has the ability to absolutely kill you. He has the ability to 1v1 you, even without those 3 health bars. His gun is really good. His gun is actually not that bad at dueling literally anyone in the, you know, on the roster that's not the super tanks of 5v5. If you're in 6v6, he can still duel you. But let's go over to a character that I think they somehow managed to figure out a little bit, and I think this is going to be one of my hotter takes. I think Blizzard actually kind of figured out Kiriko, okay? I don't think that Kiriko is as much as a problem as Baptiste is right now, or Ana ever is. And here's why. Because they made her healing of Fuda way weaker, okay? They made it so that it travels slower, and I think it got a big nerf like not too long ago, like projectile hitting or something like that. And then the other one is her Suzu getting nerfed. Her Suzu being nerfed absolutely gutted what made the character super OP. Now, Suzu is still like top 3 most annoying abilities in Overwatch, but at least it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. And people obviously now know how to play around it, so Suzu just, it's just not as big of a problem anymore. And I'm bringing Kiri up as like a positive in this scenario because at one point Kiriko was literally just the raid boss of the lobby, the ruiner of lobbies. Kiriko could carry by killing people and by keeping her team alive. Now really Kiriko is more of the off-angler, can't really main support or main heal. I know that, you know, Overwatch League says main support and whatever, flex support are different. No, Kiriko cannot keep her tanks up by herself or her tank up by herself. Usually she has to off-angle in order to get the most effective abilities out of her, or whatever you might say. So I like that Kiriko has to do that now. She can't just sit there, heal bot, and also kill you with her double taps. So that's what I would bring up with those 3 characters that I think a lot of people have the most problems with and that I have the most problems with. Again, Ana gets a pass because she can't move around. She's an old lady. She has no movement abilities. That's fine. And she doesn't really have the ability to just straight up kill someone. Her abilities are the top 5 craziest kit ever, though. And then Baptiste is a super demon monster triple health bar who can also kill you pretty easily without even using those abilities. Thirdly, Kiriko, again, I think is now a good mix of pretty much having to kill you, like, to get value. Like, Kiriko is an off-angler. Kiriko tries to get damage. She does not heal nearly as much as the other 2 in comparison. So that's why I have them in that list in the way that is. All right? Wow. That entire segment, that entire section that I just did is longer than most of my other videos. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have strong opinions about supports, can you tell? But I think that I'll end it by kind of quick firing the rest of the supports. I will put Lucio and I would say Juno and Wu Yang all in the same category of they are not overly broken, but I think that they can always be good as supports, and I think their kits are very well designed for the support role. That's as much as I'll really give you guys for that one. Like I said, I've already wasted your time. The next one I will put is Zenyatta and Mercy. I think Zenyatta and Mercy are just kind of always doomed to be either super niche, like super niche, or like bad heroes. Mostly because Zenyatta's orb is kind of broken, and he does a crap ton of damage, and he's not mobile enough for Overwatch 2, and then Mercy is, unfortunately, Mercy. However much I love having Mercy on my team, that's sort of a joke, not really. But then I would also put Lifeweaver and Moira kind of together, and I think people aren't gonna like my take on Moira. I think Moira's perfect. I think Moira is literally a great hero for Overwatch, specifically because if you have ever been, you know, early on in Overwatch and played against a Moira who is just like smarter than you, if you've ever been silver or gold, or if you're still silver and gold, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Moira is torture. However, once you get to like platinum, or like once you play like more than 50 hours of the game, 100 hours of the game, I'll give you, you figure out pretty quickly that Moira isn't great. However, I think even at high levels, she fits a really awesome niche. Like, on like maps where everyone's really close and really condensed, and this even happens, don't take my word for it, go watch the pros. They play Moira on like King of the Hill maps, and a lot of top 500s do it too, because she literally just gets like coalescence in like 0.5 seconds. Like every fight that everyone gets an ult, Moira gets coal probably like 1.5 times faster, just because she just has a stupid amount of healing output and even damage output depending on how you're playing her. Moira can just do a lot. Like, she has no like true support, but that's a big one. But yeah, Overwatch supports are still pretty broken, everyone. They all still have, you know, their little broken abilities, which, you know, you need in order to get people to play the role. But, you know, this is my channel and I like to complain about stuff, and I don't play support that often, so I'm going to complain about support, right? That's what DPS players do. But no, for real. This is kind of jumbled and a long jumbled rant, so if I am very incoherent in this one, I apologize. But if you guys liked it, please subscribe. I'm so close to 1K. Please, please, please. And thank you so much. Please tell me in the comments whether or not you hate supports or you think I'm kind of being crazy.